Just kind of what was the initial reaction for you and walking up the stage? What was the feeling like?
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, when I started walking on this stage, my legs were shaking. And then, I got, to Gary Bettman and, I took the picture. I didn't know where to look because, I couldn't think. I was just so happy and so many like mixed emotions. Like it's really hard to describe. Um, all my life, this is all I've ever wanted, not just for me, but to make my family proud. And I know there's a lot of people watching from home. So I hope that, they can watch me and say that they're proud of me.
What excites you about the team, and then also have you heard anything from them before the draft? Kind of expecting them.
I think what excites me is the winning culture there and just the standards. You can tell that with leaders like Crosby, Letang, Malkin, like I've been talking a lot of, but they're good leaders and they make the standards very high. And I'm someone that strives for greatness pretty much. That's what I want. I just don't want to be an average player. I want to be one of the best players. So I think it's perfect fit for me.
Talk to us about the process, maybe on the bubble of the first round. You go over the first round maybe tomorrow. Talk to us about how you live that first round process.
Um, it was pretty long. It was pretty long. It got to a point where I just really wanted to get it over with. But I knew my time was going to come, so I kept that in the back of my mind, and it did come
When you saw the trade, did you kind of know it could be your name?
right away. Right away, when I saw 22 to Philadelphia, well, from Philadelphia, I looked at my sister. I said, this is good, and I was still on the board, and they started. Chris Letang started, talking, and he said my team's name, and just heard my mom scream, and the rest is history.
Talk to us about maybe the idea of playing or being alongside Crosby.
That's going to be surreal. I think any kid or anyone that plays hockey knows the impact he's had on hockey and just how good of a person he is. So to really see it in person and be around him is going to be special.
Your friend just said, look, you had a chat with PK Subban. Can you get into that conversation a little bit?
Yeah, so I was getting into the hotel and he was leaving and started talking to him and he was just telling me to enjoy it, have fun. He was telling me that the real work starts after a draft, no matter what happens. And he even told me that he'd send me over his number and I could text him whenever I need something for advice or anything like that.